welcome to Lasers and Lace. How are you guys tonight? I think I've broken things because our logo's disappeared. Crap! What have I done, guys? Oh, there it is. Yeah, I broke the things.
And
So,
Ivy, you look a little squished.
I am squished. I don't know how to fix it. Like, I'm just... Help me, people. I can make myself bigger, but I look squished. I don't know what it is.
Yeah, because you need to resize it.
I'll figure it out later. Mal's
ratio
normally supposed to run
looked,
these
I don't know.
things, but she
She's
decided
fine.
to do stuff. Oh, I deciding of Mal. Talking of Mal, I have a beautiful picture for Mal. Like, there's Mal, her little stick figure.
I'm scared. I'm scared.
It's beautiful. I think it's phenomenal.
Scared.
Like, she.
Oh!
There's her celebration picture.
She's in the hospital, guys, and she's
Oh
still
my God.
showing dedication. So we're gonna minimize Mal now that we can all see that it's yeeted the meat. And we're gonna stick her over here in the corner.
Yeah, just
I
throw her
love
in the
you.
corner over there.
We don't put
Whatever.
baby in the corner. Well, this show we do. Anyways, we have our intro song, guys.
Welcome to Lasers and Lace. You've got Delana
And
and
Do we have
Ivy and Mal.
see her little stick figure?
And sometimes Rain. Subscribe for free on Twitch TV with Prime Gaming.
Lasers and lace. I killed it. Oops. Sorry, guys. Well, anyways,
Didn't we have the file?
we did. I
Or
made
am
it.
just-
I needed to play, but the problem is, I can hear it and they can hear it, but you can't. So
We
I
can
tried
hear
to
it,
sing along
so-
a little bit,
Oh,
and
I was like wondering, like, are
Ma-
we just singing it?
Mal's
No,
Mal's
Ivy
got
was
the
just serenading us. That's all it was.
Mal's got the soundboard thinger so that we can actually hear it when she plays it. But I'm not that technologically savvy. Like, I got the stream
Listen,
to
the
run.
soundboard is in TeamSpeak, okay? But I'm currently like 2.5 hours away from my computer, lying on a hospital bed, icing my coochie, okay?
All I can say, guys, is look at the dedication Mal has given us because she yeeted the meat and she still showed up 2 days later. Like, she's in a hospital in Quebec where they're speaking French and she can't understand what they're saying.
You
She's
can
je ne
send
peux
me
parler le
Uber Eats.
français. Like,
Send me Uber Eats.
Uber Eats with Mal.
Je ne parle pas le français.
je
Tu peux
ne...
parler en français, non?
Ma français, c'est terrible.
Ah,
C'est
c'est pas
terrible.
nécessaire normalement.
Je
Miss
parle
Moses
un
is
peu,
all like, watch this shit.
parle un peu.
Anyways, so guys, to the Tonight Show, we have the wonderful, the amazing Miss Moses from Streamfleet and her cute little icon that I managed to get into the stream because doing the things
You've done well.
confuses me. But je suis pan, that's all I know.
Je suis.
Manic, no.
Je suis le pot. What did you do, Manic?
All I know is I had a patient today who she only spoke Italian, and she's trying to talk to me in Italian, and I have no understanding. And then she goes, Dolore, Dolore, and I'm like, I don't know what Dolore means. And then she's like, Mal a tete. I'm like, oh, French. Okay, yeah, I know that. Okay, so Dolore, bad. Okay, this is a bad thing. Show me where the bad thing is. But anyways,
That's head. Because we have a town in Louisiana called Grosse Tete, which means fat head.
Really? Oh my god.
Fat head.
I don't know where it came from, but it's Grosse Tete.
Gross tits.
Oh,
Okay.
See, you guys talking about big head now reminds me of I've become obsessed with TikTok, and I TikTok for hours, and it like
Oh,
rabbit
God.
holes me. And there's this person who I don't know their username right now, but they have a little bird thing, and he goes, "My name is Nugget. I am a fat chicken," and I absolutely love this stupid little bird. I don't know why, but I do.
TikTok's deadly.
It's like a rabbit hole.
You sit there and
I
you
can't,
think
I
it's been
just-
5 minutes and it's an hour. It's just like, no,
Well, I get it.
I'm meant to go to sleep.
I just can't get into it because I miss Vine, and it's just not the same.
I
And I'm
get it.
trying to do Byte, and people aren't liking Byte as much as TikTok, and I don't know.
No Roblox, child. No Roblox for you. She's like standing there with her iPad, like, please, sir,
Please.
I'd like some more. It's only $4.
Oh,
on.
she wants Roblox. Oh,
No.
slippery slope. Slippery slope.
No, child. Anyways, guys, Streamfleet and Miss Moses. So,
Yeah.
as you all know, we are doing the people behind the keyboards, and I know Streamfleet is big in the community, and lots of you guys already kind of know about Streamfleet, and if you don't, you've been living under a rock. But I figured we're going to bring Miss Moses on, we're going to hear about Miss Moses and get her to talk about herself, and then Streamfleet, and maybe answer some of your streaming must-knows, because again,
Mm.
we're trying to set up the show. I'm getting things all messed up, and Miss Moses is like, why don't you just do this? And bloop, and it fixed it all. And I'm like, oh, this is great. So, Moses, tell us about yourself.
Okay, so I'm Miss Moses, right? I have been playing Eve for a long time. Well, like 12, 13 years. But I dip in and out. Yeah, I'm one of those players. I don't play for years at a time. I will play for 6 months. I will go away and leave it back and then come back again. I keep my characters going, so they're always training, but they don't specialize in anything, and they're such care bears. I spent some time in Horde. I did quite
I mean,
enjoy
everyone
that.
does.
Did have some
Everybody's
fun.
been a Horde.
Yeah, everyone's been a little hordling at some stage in their lives, right? And I did that, and I've been fortunate that I've gone to FanFest a few times. I love Iceland as a country, beautiful, amazing place.
Miss it.
And obviously, I sound English. I am English, but I don't live in England. I haven't lived in England for a long time. The French comes from the fact that I live in the French part of Switzerland,
Oh,
and I have been here for 17 years.
wow.
Oh.
Long time. And I'm still
Switzerland's
not
on my
fluent.
bucket list of places I want to go.
It's beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful country. Very, very different. It's like got 4 different languages involved in it. The architecture is massively different depending on where you go.
Oh, really?
It's really,
I
fascinating.
feel like
One
that's
part of
most
the country is
places
very
in
German.
Europe.
It is. It
Like,
is.
it's just.
It's like, where do you want to go?
Unfortunate. I live on the lake, right? I live on Lake Geneva, so it's.
Oh.
I look out the front, and I've got the French Alps in front of the house, and I look behind the house, and I've got the Swiss Alps, and I've got the lake down below. And people go to me, "So, you ever going back to London?" I'm like,
No.
"Why? Why?"
Yeah.
I mean, until the last year, I could just jump on a flight and go, right? But now, travel's been restricted. But yeah, so I've been here for a long time, and work brought me here. So yeah.
That's just, I don't know how to follow up on that. That's just like, yeah, I'm living my dream life and be jealous because, like,
Well, I mean, there are downsides to Switzerland.
what's that?
Okay, things like it still thinks it's 20 years in the past.
Oh, okay.
It is a country that does have racism problems.
Yeah.
It's pretty xenophobic, which, considering 25% of the country is made up of immigrants, that's quite stupid. It's ruled by a lot of really old white men who
Hate when
think
that
they know
happens.
best. It's so some people think Switzerland's really progressive. It's not. Everything it's really not.
They're still behind the
Everything's
times.
set on a Sunday. Everything shuts at 6 o'clock at night.
Oh.
You can't do your grocery shopping after 6 o'clock at night, and it's shut all most of the weekend. So your work balance is really weird.
That was like my itty, like I live in an itty bitty town and I've lived here for 90% of my life.
Mm-hmm.
And every day of the week after 6, everything was like, and it was like, so what do the teenagers do for fun?
Well,
We got DDP, drugs, drinking, or procreate. So I got into gaming.
Yeah, the
But
crazy option.
so how did you go from being just a random here and there player to streaming? Like, what drew you into that?
It was I went to FanFest about 5 years ago, and it was the year that they showcased Valkyrie. It was the first year that they had that, and I've always had an interest in VR and so forth. So I sat down and I played Valkyrie, and I got to meet some people there who were part of the original Valkyrie community, and started talking to them and started playing Valkyrie massively more than Eve. And they were doing a big new release of Valkyrie, which turned out to be the final release before they killed it.
Yeah.
Anyway, we weren't, worry about that. But they decided as part of that they wanted to do a charity stream. And Stevie SG, who was one of the CCP devs at the time and the face of CCP TV, was very involved. She was a community dev for Valkyrie. And we decided that we were going to do this stream. And at the time, Streamfleet had just kind of done its first event, which was a Twitch versus Eve event. And they kind of put us together. So they took like myself and they took like Radon from the Streamfleet side and said, we want to make this event happen. You like organizing stuff, which I do. And you like idea stuff. So can we make this work? And that's how I first got involved in Streamfleet, was purely by running a charity event. And it just kind of snowballed from that point. You know, it started, let's do more and more events. Let's do different kind of activities. And in doing that, I learned a lot about streaming. I mean, I do stream occasionally myself, not for Eve. I haven't done that for a while, but I do learn, and I learned. And we decided that there needed to be a space for people to come together. And that's how kind of Streamfleet came about, really.
And how many streamers would you say you guys have that kind of fall under the Streamfleet banner now?
Probably around about 250.
Wow.
Woo!
I didn't think it was that high.
Yeah, there's loads, and you know, there's loads of streamers out there that are not in Streamfleet. You know, there is absolutely nothing that says you have to be. It's we hear so many bullshit rumors. It's unbelievable. I think the most fun one I heard fairly recently was you have to pay to be part of Streamfleet, and we're like, no, I don't think that's the case at all. Because if it is, I've never seen it. You know, that's not.
Show me the money.
You guys are getting paid?
Getting paid? What? Hey, no.
How are we getting money out of this? What?
How are we getting money? So there's about 250 streamers in there, and they're people who do Twitch, they're people who do YouTube. Obviously, there's people who did Mixer previously. Some of them are streamers that only do Eve. Some of them are variety streamers who dip in and out of Eve as well. And it's just a space where they can all kind of talk to each other and help each other. That was the whole purpose of the community. Because 5-6 years ago, there was 5 or 6 big streamers. Not many people did them. And it was to bring that together, which is what it did, and formed. And as we've grown, more and more streamers have come in. Yeah.
That's just, I can't believe 250. Like, that number alone just makes me kind of be like, wow. So how do you get, like, if they want to stream on, like, the Streamfleet Twitch, do you, like, do they have to sign up and register a time, or?
No, we tend to use the Streamfleet Twitch more for when we do a community event. So that gets done that way, because what we wanted to do was give people the support to build their own channels and to build their own audiences. Sorry, go on, Mel. Did you have a question?
Thank you. So like you were saying, so say for example, me, whenever I get back to streaming,
which you will.
Excuse me. I remember talking to you, but my memory is kind of shit right now. But there are prerequisites to fall under the Streamfleet team. Is that correct?
Yeah, and they're pretty simple prerequisites. It's because it's an Eve streaming community. We like to make sure that people are going to stream Eve. So like day one of somebody streaming Eve, we're not going to go, hey, come on in. It's like, well, let's make sure you're going to do it for a couple of weeks maybe before we jump in. And also the number one rule that we have in the community is don't be a dick. Have respect for yourself and respect for the other content creators. And as long as you do that, welcome in.
All right.
It's very simple, very straightforward. Yeah.
All right.
I just want a rule for everything.
It should be.
Don't be
I
a
wish
dick.
everyone knew that rule.
It's not that hard to not be a dick.
I don't know.
Surprised.
I don't know. Some people.
Have you seen some of the Eve players?
Well, that's true.
Yes.
That's why they get yeeted off our stream when they join. They're like, blah, 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 yeet.
I mean, yeah.
I'm not defining dick.
Dick.
No. Something that becomes an outie and then to an innie.
Yeah, exactly. Perfect. I couldn't have said it better myself.
You know.
Perfect explanation.
We're not going in there. We're not going in there. So what happens if somebody joins up and they're doing Eve really die hard right at the beginning, and then they start to dabble in other things while still doing
fine.
Eve, but they can still stream kind of whatever they want?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it's like if you only ate one kind of sandwich every day for the rest of your life, right? You get bored.
Yeah. Okay.
So why would you just stream one game? It's
I like
fine.
that.
It's absolutely open to people. We have people in the community who maybe stream once per month Eve. We have people who stream every single day. The idea is that they can talk to the other people because there's always looking for new content ideas to get them work together and things like that. And it's very, very rare that someone is either not welcome within the community or is asked to leave. It's incredibly rare. I can think of maybe like a handful of cases in 5 years because it's all encompassing and everyone works together the majority of the time. But, it's a big group. There's going to be people who don't get on, right?
I'm not streaming Valheim. We look like morons. Oh my god, I died. Why'd you die? You dropped a tree on me.
Then it's fun to
What's
watch.
wrong with that? It's fun. It's content.
It's not fun to watch if you're just doing everything right and you never mess up.
Hey,
Yeah.
what'd you do? Well, I got over here and I forgot the swamp key. We spent like 2 hours trying to get over here. What the hell? Okay, I guess I'm going back home to get the key.
I'll just go this way. No, but it's fine. Well, it isn't restricted to that. You need to have different variety in what you're doing to keep your interest going. Yeah.
So we're gonna dial back to you, Moses. So you always have funky color hair, and you tend to match the Streamfleet icon. Is that intentional that you want to be like Streamfleeter, or was the funky
No.
hair before this? Like you match your icon.
The icon came before the funky hair.
Okay.
So the icon came, and the icon, unsurprisingly, is by Rix. Right?
Huh.
Rix is everywhere. Rix helped us set it up a long time ago. And we set the icon up maybe 6-7 months before we went to the first FanFest with it. And I was effectively going to FanFest, and I was going to be out of the country for work for about 4 weeks. And, you know, Switzerland's pretty conservative, right? And I figured, well, if I'm ever going to change my hair color and go to something brighter, something different, this is a great chance to do it. I had a week's holiday. I was going to Iceland, and I was going to be working out of the US for 2 weeks. So I was like, I'm going to do it. So I turn up to FanFest with the brightest pink hair. It was, I mean, there are photos of myself and Manic, and it is like luminous pink. It was
What year
the
was this?
brightest thing in the world. 3 years ago.
So
Yeah, 3 years.
2018?
2018.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
20.
see, Manic said you couldn't miss it. And the best bit is if you look at some of the photos from that night, from that time,
You could
when
pick
we
you out in
had,
the audience.
you can see me. You know, when they do the
2018,
photos
I
near
would've-
the top.
That was the year I was there.
Yeah, yeah.
That was,
You
that
look
was
at
the
the
year
top.
I couldn't go.
And you can just see this little speck of pink wandering around, which was good because for those who've met me, I'm a midget. Right?
Yeah, and you realize like how many tall people there are that play Eve.
and they're all
Like
dressed in
Brisk
black.
is tall, Elo is tall, Madderall is tall, Manic is tall. They're all
Yeah.
like at least above 6 feet, and here I am like 5'5", which isn't that short,
Same.
but compared to these giants. Oh, and like why am I? Oh my God, there's just so many like tall people. And
I'm not
Oh,
6'3".
I have to have a flag.
I'm not
You
6'3".
had your
I'm
flag.
6'2".
Me.
I'm 6'2". Get it right.
You had your
Rated
flag with
is
you,
also
right?
tall. I forget what was I? I don't know. But it's like a lot of just
They are.
tall people.
I have a picture. I'm gonna find it.
because they could find me.
Oh, Manic, it's all your fault. No, that's why I had to carry a flag so that people can find me. Because otherwise, I'm like,
Mhm.
and that's why it was nice to hang out with CCP Guard because he was one of the only guys shorter than me. I miss him.
Oh, I know, he's such a sweetie. So I had the pink, and then when I got back, I noticed that the pink faded really quickly. And I went to my hairdresser and went, I really like having a bold hair color. I think it's fantastic. But the pink just, it's a bit much. And she went, you know what, let's try purple. And I went purple, and apart from, I think, one time, which was actually when I came to Toronto when I was blonde.
Yeah, because you weren't. No,
No, I'm not doing blonde again. Blonde and this color skin doesn't work.
So I did the blonde thing briefly, and I put like rainbow chunky streams in my hair, so I had like purple and blue. But in my opinion, people are like, oh my god, you look so good in blonde. I'm like, I look like I'm dying.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I could not do that either. That's why my hair is red, so that it actually looks good with my skin because I do not like this.
It does.
Anyways,
So I went purple, and I have been purple now for 3 years. And I can't imagine
amazing.
being this color. Even in lockdown, I have maintained the purple. As you see, but there's no
Wow.
roots right now. It's all good. It's all good.
what is this picture?
Just leave it alone. Leave it alone. I'm working on something here.
She's like,
Well, first of all, it's sideways.
I know, and it won't. I'm trying to turn it. It won't work.
ah, she'll sort it. It's all good.
I'm working on it. Give me a moment, guys. I'll make it go away while I work on it. Okay.
Oh, that's
I
see, that's me.
That's a worrying noise, isn't
I
it?
don't know
It's
why
like,
it went
oh.
sideways into the thing, because.
Because that's how it was originally taken with that camera.
I think Rick
Oh.
What's
So,
wrong?
sometimes when you put it somewhere else, it defaults to the way that it was
Okay,
processed.
I'm trying to make it
Yeah.
smaller here. Let me.
So I see that's
Oh.
me.
With her flag and it's sideways. I'm trying to see if I can like turn it, but it's like
Yeah, but
no.
it's good. It works.
You
can
get
see
the
this.
idea.
Everybody just needs to
Everyone's doing
turn.
this.
Yeah, everybody just
Yeah,
turn
it's
for a moment.
good.
There's her like power pose.
Yeah.
No, she's not breaking it. It's fine. You just tilt your head a little.
Yeah. So there's me in
Can't see it.
public out in Vegas, and then you see like the lady behind me is like, "Who's this crazy bitch with like this
This
flag
giant flag and all
with
this
this
swag.
weird squid thing on it? Weird yellow squid."
It worked though. It really did.
It worked. We could find you. You know,
Yeah,
that
so
was
that's
the key
that's
thing.
even though I constantly would hit like the door frames with
It worked.
with
It
the
worked.
flagpole.
Ivy is breaking the stream, and if you don't like it, Mal, then you should be here to run it.
I'm in Montreal, you dumb bitch.
I love you too, sweetheart.
Ice down there, so you.
Did you get your ice popsicles that you can like?
No.
Oh.
Awesome.
Well, she's got
Hi,
so much she can look forward to,
Swift.
right?
Hi.
Hi, CCP Swift.
Hi, CCP Sweet.
I have to
it's
ask
still
though, so
weird to say that, okay? It's
I
still
wanna-
weird.
It is odd, isn't it? It's just, it doesn't feel natural yet. It will come.
Yeah.
So I have a dirty secret. I never ever watched Elise doing his streams ever. And so the only stream I ever watched with him and Pando was the one where they were not talking so nice about me and Bazgaren. And I was like, I don't like these people. And then me and CCP Swift were talking the other day, and I'm like, so, streaming. He's like, I've been streaming for 4 years. And I'm like,
He's a damn good streamer.
the only stream I ever watched was the horrible one. I'm
Sasha
so
is
sorry.
here.
Ivy, you
here
put us
now.
on the shit list.
I know. Oh, it's
How
see
about
Sasha
this?
appearance.
CCP Swift next
Oh.
month when it's June, when I'm home and I'm healing a lot better. Listen, we're gonna have a wonderful time on stream,
We're gonna have a great
and it's
time.
gonna be during the day, so Ivy's not gonna be there.
Well, he's coming on the end of the month.
Oh shit, that's right.
I know, right? Read the lineups. I've been busy.
It's the drugs, Mel.
I've been
It's okay.
in
It's the
the
drugs.
hospital.
So, guys, pay attention. With Moses here. Next week we have Snuff.
It's okay.
Because we want to talk about Snuff and why they're doing snuffy things. Because I don't understand their logic. I really don't.
That's
And
a
maybe that's the
pertinent
whole
question.
point of why they're there. And then on the 20th, it's my birthday episode because I'm turning 25 again. And we're going to have
Indeed.
Dominus
For-
Nolan
for
and
the fifth time?
and CCP Antiquarian. And then after that, the following weekend, we're going to have CCP Swift. Like, look at the
Nice.
CCPers are just rolling in.
Mm-hmm.
Vegas
Great.
this year? I don't know, Dunk. I'm still
I
on the
am.
fence about that one. Well, here's
I
the
got my
problem.
flights. I got my hotel.
Here's
Good
the
to go.
here's the problem. I would love to be like, yep, I'm vaccinated, I'm going. But Canada?
Canada.
Oh, Canada's like, you can go, but you ain't coming back.
Mm-hmm.
And like,
That's another
I'm not
big-
joking. 3-day
I know who they're
mandatory
talking about.
hotel stay, and the hotel costs almost $1,500 Canadian. And then after you do your 3-day hotel stay, you still have to quarantine in isolation for 2 weeks. And they call and check up on you almost every day.
Yeah.
I'll pass.
And the fines
so-
are hefty.
There was another lady with blue
Ooh.
hair at FanFest. Do you guys remember? Well, I know for
That's
FanFest.
Kylie Bitkin.
Who?
Yeah. Yeah,
Kylie
she
Bitkin.
was in tests, and now she mostly, like I typed in chat, she mostly streams like Grand Theft Auto, like roleplay stuff,
She
which
is
really,
a
that's
very
really interesting to
big
watch.
streamer. She's a
it's really,
big
it's really
streamer
fun.
now. Mhm.
I like doing this. I just like talking nonsense with people. That's why I do this, guys. I just being like, yo, squirrel. And then I also like to be like, Eve North, Eve North, Eve North, because once Canada's
Also,
normal again, it's
Listen,
a plague
I
central.
have a
Don't come
question for Miss Moses.
Oh.
Yes.
So, I don't know if they covered it because I had a fucking phone call just earlier and I had to restart Zoom. But so is Streamfleet planning on anything a little bit more in the upcoming future or anything planned for this year? Like, do they
Yes.
have any more like kind of like big group events type thing?
Mm-hmm. We do indeed. Now, we've taken some time out, right? We kind of had that really busy year, you know, which
World
wiped
tour?
us out. The world tour. We're
Yeah.
a little bit busy. We looked at the numbers after we'd done it, and between the three of us, we had been away from home for over 180 days in a year.
Wow.
Jesus.
Yeah, it was enormous, the amount of time that we spent on working on it and everything. So we took some time out afterwards. We did a charity event pretty much straight afterwards, and then we went, we're going to take some time off because we're shattered and we need to recuperate. And as we did that, COVID hit.
Yeah, and then
Oh,
pandemic.
no.
And then you're home all the time.
We're home all the time, but then that meant completely readjusting the way all of us were working and things.
Mhm.
And none of us wanted to sit and organize other stuff on the computer when we'd spent all day on the computer at home.
Yeah.
So we took some time out. But no, we do have events planned for later this year. We absolutely do.
Nice.
We've done Twitch versus Eve already, but we want to do a different variety of that
Listen,
because it's something that's
I
always
have
positive.
something I want to approach you with.
Ooh.
Excellent.
Yes.
We can do the death race as well, but we're doing death race very differently this time.
Now, is Streamfleet still open for like coming out and joining like the player run events to help do the streaming of the things?
Yeah, it
And if
depends
somebody-
when it is and stuff. Yeah.
And if people were interested in getting that information, how would they just message you
Just
and
message me.
Okay.
Yeah, I take care of the way that the organization of Streamfleet is split is between the three of us. So there's me. I'm the one, I organize everything. That's my job. I do organization stuff for work, so it's just a natural skill set that I fall into. You have Raiden.
I understand that with you. Mm-hmm.
It's shocking, isn't it, right? We have Raiden, who takes care of all the ideation and stuff like that, and then we have EQ, who is our Mal. Right? EQ is our person behind the scenes who produces and does everything and makes sure everything technically runs. So between that balance of the three,
He
we
never
make it run.
he never left like the streaming room during Eve North, and every time I looked in
Nope.
there, like he was making magic happen on the stream. Like he did the things. And
He's
guys,
good.
like
Magical.
He is good at what he does. He loved being in Toronto because what he would do is we'd have this absolutely manic day, and he would go back to his apartment and he would sit on his balcony and he would just look out at the lake and relax.
yeah,
and
because
that's
you guys
how
were in the
he's
nice condos right across the street, right?
We got condos instead because when you're traveling that much, there's a limit as to how much hotel rooms you can take.
Yeah.
It's just like, I want to be able to make my own cereal, I want toast.
I want a
I don't
couch to
have
sit
to-
on.
Yeah, simple home luxuries like that. So yeah, so when anyone wants to organize anything like that, then it's typically me that they come to, because then I will go and link everybody else together and push and shove and
This is what you need to do.
courage.
I still want to know like what brand of purple hair color your hairdresser uses, because I want my color. Like 2017 was my very first fan fest, and I went like mermaid hair, so I was the one walking around with like all the funky colors.
Mm-hmm.
But it didn't stay. It was gone after like a week. Like it was
Oh
still
my gosh,
there, but
that's
it was
Manic
so.
Panic?
No, it wasn't Manic Panic. It was something that my hairdresser
No, what
used.
Miss Moses is using.
No. I use I think it's a Weller one. I'll find out. Next time I go past my hairdressers, I'll go in. I'll find out. I'll take a picture for you.
Because I want
so you
like
can see what it is.
that vibrant,
This-
but in a
this-
red.
This
Yes.
lasts. They do a red as well. And I've seen it, and I mean this purple will last for 3 months.
Yeah, and see
Wow.
the vibrancy. That's
Yeah.
what I want. I want the.
Very good. Very, very good. I mean the roots show, and
But you gotta do touch ups. Like it's
I just go in and get the roots redone.
I refuse to be gray.
Mm-mm.
Perk
I
of
don't
my
have gray.
family, when you get young, you just go from red to gray. There's no in between. It's just
Natural highlights. Natural highlights. That's what my hairdresser tells me.
I
know?
don't like my natural highlights. They can go away. Mm-mm.
I left it a long time to have it done this time because I was like, I just couldn't be bothered. And the grey was showing through quite a lot. And when they do the whole, they pull it up so you can see everything. I was like, oh, how have I gone out in public look like this? This was it from the front. It was fine, but from the back, no. I shouldn't have been allowed out. It was wrong.
It's just don't leave your house. Don't leave your house.
Don't leave it.
Yeah. I can't really, I don't know.
No, Delana. We love you though.
I'm just gonna not say anything.
Okay, guys, in the audience, I know I've got a couple more questions for Moses, but is there any questions from the audience so far for Miss Moses that maybe you thinking of my question? So let's throw that out and see what we get, because we've got 21 people watching right now.
Mm-hmm.
Questions?
Could be anything. Who knows? Who knows?
Anyway, questions.
Yes.
Mainly for Miss Moses.
Yeah, not for me. I don't want to answer any more questions.
Yeah.
Could be any.
Yeah, exactly.
Sasha.
Oh.
We got like
He's
crickets in the
swearing.
audience today. Oh, come on,
See
people.
again.
So, what would you recommend for like a baby streamer? If somebody that like was die hard, wanted to get into this, what are the absolutes? You must have this.
Okay. So from an equipment perspective or anything like that, or just in general?
General, but I like for
General.
me, I never realized that I actually needed, like a decent headset or a decent webcam. So like that's stuff I wish I had have known before I tried getting set up. So what would you recommend for like a baby streamer?
A baby streamer. So one of the most important things that you do when you stream is your audio. Audio is absolutely paramount. You don't necessarily need to have a webcam, right? Lots of streamers, depending what they're doing, do or don't have a webcam. It is a personal preference. If you do have a webcam, you can have a cheap ass webcam and it's fine, but have good lights, right? Get yourself a little ring light off Amazon for $20, something like that, because it makes a massive difference into how you're doing. Because if you've got a cheap webcam, it will help improve the quality 10 times. There are people who go out there and spend thousands upon thousands on camera equipment and so forth. You don't have to. Certainly not when you're beginning, when you can get used to it. But your audio is important. And what you tend to find is you get people who will have the headsets with the mics built in. And then people, after a while, and Diana, you were talking about it just earlier, they move to a desktop mic. Right?
Yeah, which I need. So, if you have some recommendations, at least
So-
for me or anybody else who's wondering about like,
Moses, do you
Absolutely.
have some recommendations?
I can't really say much. I mean, my mic is here. Ta-da, it's hidden. I keep it down here, and that's a nice mic because I do a lot of voice recording stuff as well. So I've invested in it. But what's really, really important for a microphone and what people don't realize is test it beforehand and hear your voice, right? So like Mannix just said, Rode Podcaster, right? Rode Podcaster is a fantastic quality mic if you've got a male voice.
Oh.
Right? The Rode Podcaster is very good at picking up the bass notes.
Hello there, ladies and gentlemen.
There we go.
What?
So it's really good. It brings out the bass elements. Now, if you're like us ladies, our voices are all not that bassy, right?
No.
So the podcaster struggles with
What
the
are you
higher
talking
range, with the
about?
treble. There's always exceptions, Mal, and we have to accept that. It's fine. So it's really key, if you can, to go and try the different microphones and see what works with your voice. So I had a Rode NT1, great microphone. I thought it sounded nice. I decided I wanted to change my mic. I wasn't happy with something about it. I went into an audio store and I didn't try a computer mic. I tried a genuine XLR mic because I wanted to go that route. And I tried like 10, and the difference in sound, I was amazed by it. It's a really, really personal choice. Now, I've deliberately got my mic further away from me. Yeah? But the mic I'm using is designed for when you're doing more voiceover work. So if I want to talk into it, that's how I normally talk. But if I'm doing more close-up work, then you talk like this and your voice sounds completely and utterly different, right?
Wow.
Oh my, Miss Moses.
We just got like
Yes,
our romance reader for the novels for Audibles.
Yes, exactly. So it tends like that. So when you're looking at that, having good audio is important, because how you interact with your stream and how you get the flow of everything going will come from your audio. And because most of the time, if you're playing a game, you can't type, and you need to interact with your chat, because that's how people come back, because they want to see what you are doing and how you're doing it. So for me, the audio is absolutely paramount. Right?
Artifacts Umbra says mics are very personal to the person's voice.
They are very much so. And there are hundreds of YouTube videos out there that will show you the difference. Like right now, one of the best value microphones you can buy is the Audio-Technica 2020 USB. So it's not an XLR mic. You don't need an interface. It's a straightforward USB. You can pick it up for $80. And it is an incredibly good microphone. It's designed more for those with the slightly higher pitched voice. So it's fantastic for women. And I've seen a lot of streamers using this recently and been encouraging them. So you don't have to spend a huge amount of money.
Because like when I was thinking of going from my headset mic to a desktop mic, I was actually looking at the Yetis because I was told, yeah, you got to go with the Yeti, you got to go with the Yeti. But there
They're
just
okay.
was something about it that I just was like, I don't want to spend the money on one because I don't know.
Yeah, the Yeti is a solid all-round mic. It was the standard mic that was used maybe 3-4 years ago. A lot of companies have overtaken them. They have. So for me, I personally wouldn't go out and buy a Yeti now because I think there's a lot better value microphones for less money that you can get. But I mean, I'm like on my desk, here you go. Everyone is working from home right now, yeah? I don't use this microphone with my work laptop because, it doesn't like it. I have my other headphones here. These are my work ones. I use a Logitech Pro. That work great. What are you doing?
I don't know what she's doing.
They're like, I don't know. She was trying to set the title. She spelled Streamfleet wrong.
Did I?
Listen, I'm typing with one hand, okay?
I know. Well, that's like I couldn't help it. This.
How did I spell it wrong?
FLEAT.
Don't at me, okay?
It's true, actually. What Artifact is saying is true. Yeah, the 80-2020 is a fantastic mic.
He's also saying
have put out
Elgato.
a great mic. It's brand new. It comes with a lot of noise gate software built into it. A lot of people who are using mics have gone out and bought the Go XLR. I know Manic bought one recently. It's a great little toy. It's fantastic for giving you extra sound cards and so forth in your system. The Elgato mic has that built in.
Wow.
It's about $150, $160. It is highly rated and it is great for a lot of voice types. So it depends on what you're looking for.
I probably still have a lot of my stimulus check. I can.
I just want to get the headset off because.
Listen, the one I have, actually, it's mainly like it's not really a podcasting one. It's a step below the podcasting one, and it's great. I love it. It's wonderful. I need to go through my Amazon purchases. But listen, it came with the boom arm. It came with the pop filter. It came with the cover on top of the microphone, so you don't need the pop filter and everything. And I was actually chatting with Miss Moses about this months ago back in the partner Discord about everything. And it's like, that's the one thing I like about also that Streamfleet offers is that you're talking to other people in the business and they're giving their different points of view and everything. And so like, that's great for a beginner streamer, or if you're picking it back up and everything, you're just like, hey, listen, I want to get back into this, not just like come up straight up and snipe their fucking viewers or whatever, but like,
I don't want to steal viewers. I just want things.
Interact with them, talk to them, ask them tips and everything. Normally most streamers have their setup posted on their like info and everything. So like, seriously, do that shit. It is it's so helpful. And it's like, even if you just look out there of what are some basic great streaming mics? Like, for example, the Yeti is good, but I recommend you don't have it directly plugged into your computer. Have it on an external USB port, and also have it on a stand.
Extra power.
Yeah, it just all those little tricks of the trade, because like, don't get me wrong, the Yeti is all right. It's good for picking up shit like 10 feet away and everything. But it's just, if you have it on your on your desk, and you're ADHD like me, and then like you're very animated, you're gonna hear that little ding 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 everything.
Oh yeah, been there.
Yeah. All right.
The other things that are important is everyone goes, oh, I need to invest loads of money in my overlays and things like that. No, you don't.
No, we've been pretty lucky. Like, the overlays, like Mal designed most of our overlay, and Manic did a whole bunch of stuff for us too, which was freaking phenomenal.
Absolutely.
I didn't design it. I took it from my own overlays.
I was giving you some credit here, and you're all like, no.
I appreciate that, but like,
I'm just gonna out myself.
Listen, I paid $30 for the same overlay in 4 different colors.
Perfect. Exactly. And it's all about focusing on getting your content right, getting people to interact with you. And when you first start, do not look at that number counter.
No.
Honestly.
I'm so guilty of that.
If you are streaming, you're streaming for you. You're streaming because you enjoy it and because it's something that you want to do.
I think the first couple of shows we had like 4 viewers.
Yeah. And you build on it and you work through it and so forth. And it comes naturally. If you don't enjoy streaming, and you go into it thinking, oh, I'm going to become a big time streamer. I'm going to make all this money. You know, I'm going
No.
to end up like Kylie Bitkin. Kylie Bitkin is fabulous. She started off as an Eve streamer. Right?
Really?
That's what she started. Kylie Bitkin was an Eve streamer. She was one of the first members of Streamfleet. We worked with her. I still talk to her on a frequent basis. She now has 125,000 followers and has just
Wow.
bought a brand new car because of what she does on Twitch. Right?
Jesus
She's doing
Christ.
fantastic, absolutely amazing. She found her niche.
Wow.
GTA RP is perfect for her
Good
with
for
what she
her.
does.
And I've watched
she
a little bit
loves
of that,
it.
and it's crazy, and
Mm.
it gets a lot of viewers. But it's
Yeah.
actually like really fun to watch.
It
Like,
is fun to watch, yeah.
sometimes when there's just like nobody on, and I saw her, I'm like, oh, I'll just watch what she's doing, because I'm like, what can you do with GTA RP? And it's just like,
You could
wow,
do a lot.
yeah,
You
a
can do
lot. It's
I've been
her.
playing. I was playing before I came on tonight, so yeah. So that's it really. I think audio is the most important factor.
Yeah.
And a PC that will run it. That helps.
Oh my god. So that's what happened to me. So I got everything set up, ready to go, and then I opened OBS and my old PC, because my CPU was shit, was like, it's like 100%, 100%, 100%. And I'm like, I can't stream. I've created this awesome show with Alana, and I can't even stream the show. So Mel saved the day. Thanks, Mel.
You're
One
welcome.
thing to watch for. A lot of streamers when they start out use Streamlabs OBS.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Streamlabs OBS is great to get you up and running. It automates things for you. It shows you how to do things. It's really user friendly. It is heavier on your CPU.
Huh.
It takes a lot of CPU than regular OBS.
Why
So
you gotta cut me down like that?
No, because what you do is you learn what you want to do, and you learn how you want to control your stream, and you do that in Streamlabs, which is a fantastic tool to do so. And when you're comfortable, you move away and you go to regular OBS, and then you get all the benefit of that, not overhead
You
and
upgrade.
the over CPU usage. You upgrade. You get rid of some of the pretty drag and drop boxes, but you get that and
Interesting.
more functionality.
I might
Astro
have
Ralphie's
to
like,
finally
I
go
just
to
moved off
that.
Slobes.
Because also, yeah,
Slobs.
also Slobs.
Oh my god.
It did the thing where it downloaded an update and reset all of my settings. So that's why I had the issue last time with like
Oh,
the code you put in to actually like stream to New Eden Post instead of like they changed where it was in the menu and I couldn't find it. That's why I was on the wrong channel, because I couldn't find
oh
it. So I had to
no.
reset it up again.
You should have seen the panic behind the scenes, guys. It was real.
I thought I had everything set up, and then I pressed stream. I'm like, wait, this is the wrong channel. I don't have the key. And I was just like, it was a mess. So that's why I was like, Ivy, maybe you try this time. But I think I have it set now, but maybe I'll just, I know one of my friends, he said like you should just use OBS. As he was
You should. And it's honestly, it's not a scary thing.
I will be giving it a shot. I got nothing but time starting next week.
Astro Ralphie says, once I found about logging in and plugins with
I'm happy
OBS.
to do so.
Dope. I will, like, cause like that's the thing. When I'm recovering and everything, I'll be having like
should be bored
3 streams in a day, but they're all gonna be short. Cause like, hey, listen, I gotta go do this now.
Well, I think I'm gonna start streaming the whole Ivy being stupid on Valheim on our Lasers and Lights channel.
Do it.
Also, I think it's cool that in Valheim, like the starting area, I've seen a lot of people start, and like there's the symbol on the ground, and that's a Vegvisir. That's an Icelandic symbol that everybody likes to tattoo on their arm, like Bjork. Which I've thought about getting the tattoo when next time I go to Iceland. Like, oh, that's an Icelandic symbol. I thought about like my wrists.
Okay, I got both my wrists done, and it was not the most pleasant area to get tattooed. But
or like somewhere on my arm.
I guess
want
forearm.
to be able to see it.
Here.
Oh.
I want to see it.
Ouch.
So do you know what I did, Delana? Before I got tattoos, I actually went to like a fair and I got henna, and I got them to put on my kids' names on my wrist, and then I wore it for 2 weeks because it's henna. And then I was like, do you know what? Nope. I really like this, and then I went and committed to it. So
yeah, I thought about like just like drawing on myself with a Sharpie, and I'm like,
don't.
A Sharpie works. Sharpie works. It's fine.
My kids.
I thought like next time I go to Iceland, it would have to be something small that can't take too long, because I don't want to take the whole day just sitting in a tattoo shop while I'm in Reykjavik.
I had last time I was in Iceland, I had a tattoo done. I had an Icelandic horse done on my back. and
Dope.
the guy did it in like 35 minutes.
Oh shit.
It was ouch expensive. Okay.
How big is this horse?
A bit.
In 35 minutes? That's
Like, when I
impressive.
bought like
Yeah,
a
he
wool
was quick.
sweater, and it only had the price in ISK, like the actual
Mhm.
kroner, and I'm like, I don't know how much this is in US dollars, and I'm not going to look. I don't want to know. So I just see this large number in ISK, and I'm like, you know what, that's fine because
No.
You just kind of let it go, don't you? Just
yeah,
like, it's
just like
fine.
I'll figure it out on the credit card statement later.
Yes. You
I
don't
don't
go to
wanna look
Iceland
now.
and
I don't
worry
wanna
about
know.
money.
I'll
You
find
just
out
don't.
later.
You just. It goes. It's a different dimension when you enter Iceland. You just
So-
go and have fun.
In 2017, which was my very first Fan Fest, I went under a lot of stipulations of like, we're gonna have an Airbnb for the entire corp. The CEO was like, yeah, you got your Fan Fest passes. I've got everything covered. You just gotta show up. And I'm like, great. I've got X amount of money for food, and like I don't have to worry about housing, and I don't have to worry about my pass. Great. Guess who didn't show up to FanFest? Guess who never bought
Your
tickets?
corporation.
Guess who never had an Airbnb house?
Oh no.
So, the first night I slept in my rental car because what was I going to do? And that was one of the things I'm like, I want a rental car because I want to like go around the island and I want to be able to drive. But then the two other guys in my corp who kind of got stranded with me, we ended up at the hostel, which turned out to be phenomenal. So here I am sleeping in a 3-bedroom room with two guys I've never met before, but they ended up being absolute gentlemen.
Okay.
It was
Well, that's
phenomenal that
good.
way. But CCP, like this is, again, guys, this is why I love CCP. When Falcon found out what had happened, he took care of me. He made sure I got into places and helped me do things. Like I ended up having to pay for my pass, but everything else, like the man took care of me.
Yeah.
And then
he's a
near
good
the end of
guy.
the week, I'm
Falcon
like,
is a
okay,
pro.
my money is running out, and people are like, no, come for food, we got you. And I'm like, I love this community.
It really is great.
But it
and
was the most
he's a great guy.
embarrassing thing in the world. Like it was horrible. But then I met some of like the nicest people, and like again, guys, the Eve community, we're horrible in game, but we take care of our own.
Oh god, yeah,
Oh, yeah.
absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah, like I'll blow you up in game, but then like we'll hang out at Vegas and have drinks together.
Let's
and,
go
like,
have drinks.
We had in 2018, I think it was, we had a Streamfleet apartment. And that was okay, no, let me put it this way. There was a Streamfleet apartment and then I had my own apartment because I know what I'm like and I like my own space sometimes. But it was next door. So, everyone could socialize and it was all good. We had so much fun. I mean, it was sharing an apartment with like Rain and Zootonia and Elo and Toxic and
wow.
Raiden was there. And it was just, oh my God, who was sleeping on the sofa? Ithaca Hawk. I mean, I'm sorry, but there are worse things in the world than walking in the morning and finding Ithaca Hawk in his boxer shorts just spread out on the sofa. There are worse things you can see, I have to be honest. It was a fantastic experience because everyone just bonded and gets on, right? And then you kill each other in game, but you bond.
Yeah, the guys in my corp that we were like split. Well, I mean, I had my own place because it was free. But the guys in my corp, they were split between 2 Airbnbs, and one of them was like, there was 1 bedroom, and then there were like 6 cots in the attic. That was the Airbnb. That's where they slept. But it's like all you need is just like a place to sleep and put your stuff.
Yep.
And
bathe, and that's it.
So
yeah, there's a bathroom. I think there's like 1 bathroom. I don't know what they did, but
for Vegas on the not the world tour, but 2018, because I couldn't go to FanFest because of my injury, because I really wanted to go, but I got attacked by a dog, and FanFest 2018 was completely out of the. I couldn't fly. I couldn't fly. So in October, I'm like, I am going to an event, and I went to my doctor, and I'm like, you need to make it so I can get to this event, and the doctor's like, signing his life away so that I can get on the plane. But I had gotten a little bit of extra money from finally getting some stuff in, and I went, I'm going to rent an Airbnb. Anybody who wants to throw in can throw in. But I thought it was the perfect Airbnb because it had 2 bedrooms with queens, and then there was another bedroom with 3 sets of bunk beds. And I'm like, this is great. Like, single dudes, grab a bunk bed. Who cares where you sleep?
Yep.
So I said, one of the rooms with the queen, it's mine. Like, I don't care. This is mine. So I threw in the money, paid for all this stuff. Some other people threw in. We went grocery shopping, and one of the guys was Necro from Fusion, and everything said Fusion milk, Fusion Cheerios. He wrote Fusion on everything in the thing. But it was this bad. Everybody was like, "Oh man, this Airbnb is awesome! Like, it's got laundry, so we can like wash our clothes, and we don't have to go home." Until the poor Naomi, she was using the bathroom, and there was a vent directly above the toilet, and a cockroach fell on her head. And I was like, no way, please. And they're like, no, man. It was like a big ass cockroach. And I'm like,
was that a radioactive cockroach?
oh my god. So I didn't believe them at first. I didn't. I'm like, no fucking way. I'm like, we are in like the most cleanest looking building I've ever seen in my entire life. Like, this place is like, mwah. Sure as shit. The next night, you know, having a bath, and I look over, I'm like, oh fuck no. So here I am trying to be like phenomenal to all my Eve friends, and I managed to find us the roach infested place.
But you got a great story to tell out of it.
Oh man.
And you all bonded, and you all had a lovely time. So
yeah, roaches.
It's all good.
Yeah, we like to say they're one of our state birds.
Oh god.
Here.
Ugh.
We call them palmetto bugs.
Palmetto bugs.
Yeah, it's just. I'm glad I have cats in my house because they'll catch the things, and they might not be dead all the time, but at least they catch it. And
yeah, my cat's an asshole. He really is. And now we're swirling, guys. Like
anyways, yeah, I'm just glad Iceland doesn't have like mosquitoes and stuff.
I love Iceland. I love the geothermal pools.
I miss it. I know we're talking chat about it, and I just talking about this. I know that was kind of squirrely too, but I miss it.
I don't want to be a bummer, but I gotta head out.
Bye, Mal. We love you.
Oh, bye, Mal.
Bye.
Okay. Anyways.
No, the last trip I took was to Iceland.
See, I like the Blue Lagoon, Vlad. It's definitely one of those things that if you've never been, I would say you need to go at least once. Just to say that you've gone for the experience and you went to their giant bathtub. But once you find some of like the local ones that are a lot cheaper, and
much nicer.
they're nicer.
Aren't geothermal plants like output pond?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
We all like glow. We come up.
I've done the Secret Lagoon, and I've done another one where they bake the bread underneath. the
I want to go there.
It's amazing.
Bread?
It's such a
they dig a hole and then they put the bread in and
Fantastic.
they build the bread. They do the bread in the sand.
Yep.
With the geothermal heat to bake the bread.
Fantastic.
That sounds
amazing. There was a series on Netflix which Zac Efron did, maybe. I'm not sure. Well, it was really weird where he traveled around the world with this alternative lifestyle guru, which was a bit strange. But he did the first episode was on Iceland, and go there, and they go, and we actually, CCP. So if you've seen it, I went to the restaurant. There's the Michelin-starred restaurant in Reykjavik, which was just phenomenal, absolutely amazing. One of the best meals I've ever had in my life. But we went there based on that recommendation. But where you're thinking is shown there, and they show it. It's beautiful.
So
it's
there was
so much smaller.
There was another place also downtown Reykjavik, and I can't think of the name of it. And maybe it's related, maybe it's not. But it's a soup place, and you go in and you get your soup in a bread bowl.
Amazing.
And it was the best bread bowl soup. Like, and it was cauliflower soup. I'm like, I like cauliflower, but it's like the food in Reykjavik, and I don't know if it's the creams but their food is so much richer, so much just like, it's harder to describe how amazing their food is. Like, you want to eat when you're in Reykjavik because you're like, what am I going to try next? Because everything is good so far. Like, other than the fermented shark, everything was good.
No, it's something like Flata Ketflick or some name like that. But it is, you go in and they only do 2 soups.
Yeah.
They have a meat and a vegetarian. And when it's gone, it's gone. And it's fantastic value as well because you just feel full and warm and it's perfect for that. Oh, it's amazing.
So, Manic, I have had soup in a bread bowl before, but it's Tim Hortons, and their soup is like comes from a bag. It's not the
Yeah, I was about
same.
to.
No.
We have these Italian restaurants. It's like there's 2 restaurants owned by the same people, and they do it like a corn and crab bisque in a bread
Ooh.
bowl,
Okay.
and it is amazing. And like it's technically an appetizer, but I usually just have it as like the main course because it's like it's the big round bread, and they fill it with the bisque, and then they just put bisque around it. Like it's just the
Oh,
bread is there's just so much of it, and
I love
I can
crab.
never eat it all at once because there's just so much, and it's so good. Oh, and I know it's like carb-tastic, but I'm just like, it's so good. And then
Give me the
Sometimes you need to do
carbs.
it.
I love bread. It's
Sometimes you need to do it. Simple as that. You know, it's important.
yeah, Tim's. I I went to Tim Hortons a few times in the times I've been to Canada, and it was funny. Like the first time I went in there, and I went there with my friend, and he was like, "This is her first time being at a Tim Hortons," and there's like this lady in random ass town Canada. She was like, "Wow, like
America.
how have you not?"
Oh my
I mean,
god. So,
I
your whole story of never being in Tim Hortons is now reminding me of Christmas before my fiance had to go back to America. And so we're in the store and they had Christmas carols on. I hate Christmas carols. I really do. I am not a Christmassy person at all. And they started playing Bob and Doug McKenzie's 12 Days of Christmas. On the first day of Christmas, my true love gave to me a beer. Da-na-na-na. Anyways, and so I'm singing along, and he's looking at me, he's like, what the hell is this? I'm like, don't, like, this is the best. Like, this is a Canadian classic. Like, this is Canada. And he looks at me, straight face, he goes, America. And I'm like, oh, but
Oh.
America.
we have our own version in New Orleans. It's like on 12th day, Chris, whatever. The first day of Christmas, my true love gave to me a crawfish they caught in Araby, and then it's great. But yeah,
There's so many different takes, but again, it's like the Bob and Doug McKenzie and their stupid like Canadian cuckoo 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 like it's just it's a Canadian classic. I can't help it. See, guys, look what we've squirreled. Now we're talking about FanFest and
Strange.
Christmas and
I mean it's hard to avoid just like
it's welcome to Ivy and Alana's talk show.
once you bring up FanFest, you're like, I just want to be back. I want to go back,
Oh.
and I'm just
I
Soon.
do. We're gonna
soon,
go
TM.
Soon.
soon. Oh well, Miss Moses, like I said, guys, we're doing the hour mark, and Miss Moses, it is like the crack ass of stupid o'clock for you.
I'm gonna be honest. It's 3 a.m.
So I feel bad, and I know we could probably keep talking for another half an hour, but I don't want to do that to you. So,
Thank
guys, we're
you.
going to wrap up. And as I said, next week is going to be Snuffed Out, and we're going to find out why snuff is snuff. And maybe they'll give us some tidbits of information of how they think, but I honestly think they think like how I squirrel on here, and they're just kind of.
And fun fact, one of the guys who will be on is Vertiso, who was like, I always would thought like that was one of the only people that if I were to see them in real life at a Eve meet, I might punch them in the face in game. But no,
Oh.
no, we're cool now.
We're
but
cool now. We're cool now.
He was the bane of my existence in Eve for a while.
They were
Because he had like a protracted like AWOX campaign in Horde, and I'm a recruiter.
Oh no.
So like I would have to let him in, and then I'd have to deal with it when he was acting up.
no.
So for a while I was like, you.
Will you stop this?
But now like we're cool, and I would never actually hit somebody because I am small and tiny, and I only do that in game. So
Feisty.
yeah. But
I'm small and tiny.
But that's gonna be interesting when like he's on, because I was like, this guy is like.
Well, it's funny because they were in Basgarin kicking down my sandcastles again with Sixth Empire because that's what they do to little old Sixth Empire who can't fight back. And so I'm like, hey, I'm one of the hosts of Lasers and Lace. We want to talk to you. And I'm shocked they actually reached out. So kudos to you, Snuff, for actually taking. I thought you were just gonna be like, get shocked, but I told you it does this every 9 o'clock, and it's sometimes it's
it's back.
fine. I know sometimes it's fine. Sometimes it blips out.
And they said
And
Snuff got the stream. Snuff.
Snuff,
hacked
but
it.
I told you stuff. But even like Eve clients, I'll have like 5 Eve clients will open and it'll blip, and 2 will close, 3 will stay up, and it's like
So it
have,
only did that for like a couple seconds. So
I don't know
back.
why it's doing this.
That is interesting. Like right on the dot.
I warned you. I warned you all, and
She
nobody
did.
believed me.
Okay, now I'll take you seriously.
It's I have to
At least
It's a
it didn't
thing.
last very long. It did
It's
not
a
last
thing.
very long.
Well, I'm hoping I can eventually figure it out. Dominus Nolan, my IT group, please. Obi-Wan Kenobi, I need your help. Help me figure out why it's doing this. Oh, man. But again, like I said, thank you so much, Moses. I never would have
Welcome.
thought of audio for, like, a starting streamer. Because that's not what I thought about at all. But 100% appreciate you staying up to, like I said, the crack of stupid to chat with me and squirrel
this
with
was-
Delana, and
That was
away we go.
great. Like I almost wish we could just keep going, but I know we don't want to keep you up for too much longer.
Oh, thank you. No, thank you for having me. No.
Okay, so
That was
who do we want to raid? We've got
Who's on?
Ron's on, but he's got 130 viewers already, guys. And then we've
Oh,
got
go for one of
BT
the smaller
Gaming
guys.
36. And he's doing gate camping. Let's do BT Gaming. Let's go raid him.
Okay.
Let's do it. Come on, guys. BT. I think I know how to do this.
Yeah, it's just like
Can do this.
raid.
I got this.
You got this.
Boom.
You got it.
Did it work?
I don't see it on the screen.
We don't see it.
Oh no. Or do I have to do exclamation? I know what I did wrong.
/raid name.
Boom. Maybe? Nope.
Nope.
I'll figure it out, people. I will.
You'll figure it out. It's
I
okay.
think like the Lasers and Lace account could do it. I don't think, or I don't know.
You've got to have a certain level of access rights on the account to do it.
It doesn't want to. Redline, help!
It's /IV.
I
/
It's
not
slash,
exclamation mark.
not exclamation.
no, it won't let me. Oh, there it goes. Okay. I know, guys. I'm learning.
We do this.
Did I tape the name wrong? This is very possible. Hey,
There we go. There we go. We got it.
There we go.
I figured it out, people. I
We
figured
did
it out.
Done.
Take that.
All right. Say bye, Sasha.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
Thank you again, Moses.
More than